Good afternoon. And so eda foforo February bosume odo bosume no eda etoso edu emienu ewo mfimpinu ene aduonu num afie no emo ene nso twedi amponyankopon aya adom tetrama dabodwemu boja edi emu afrisane bibia kama ewa ha megidie se won so aso won so no bibia eda na kwam bibia ye din yenkan akomantu yem nia emba mu nyame bema na bem nya botra na twen kakrakra na yenko anim ebra so se dwumadie baako a edu awi ase afa na nyina etem din na afa obi atie obi a ehwe ehunu se ne eko sinipen dwumadie no yede ebra wo medin ede Anthony Kofi Nkum Dadze Chanitiawa na frame Mr. Nkum na fe yenko yenim kai na hye so enen nsama hodo a egu apaso no edoso chen watwe nwi ensem wo kwan so ensem wo fie ensem nam kwan so ensem e wo fie ni nyina no ye besi ni pen na fe ya kan se de tie pepepe dwumadie mpampon so se de tie minu mienu nyina yenim sania ya na etie sania ekro se ye shase yesa na ya na ye bommoden e de Ghana nkomo eba afei editorial enso so eba ni nyina no ampa ye betena se na ye de ho enkomo but minu mienu ya we se enche ye kra na yewura Musa Dankwa one ni ekuo ya ye fro mo eye info analytics wo mo eye research bia washase ekamu nsem kwan ye nam so MPP amanyokuo no edincho ewo 2024 elections ni mo no washase a oka ho asem wodi ho enkomo obiebie nsem mu obiebie nsem mu wo papa niamem wo sinsem pem ya woguso a woko na enne kwan bia so yene no ebedi nkomo ofidiem ha na yahwe na afei ensem ahodo a ekoso no yenso so yatimi anye biatie na yenye bi nso so ahwe enti yane no ebedi nkomo afei office of the special prosecutor OSP wakeka ne ho opani na kasa na wo kire se ye papa Ken Oforiata a wono former finance minister no eniema bi koso a chese wakeka kansam pa chese nyasem keto akra wo kire se ketasehye project kankan dwirim ko media famachi naje ni nyina no niama ekoso ewo bra na opani no etia konwa so na etwase oba betena se na fe yetoto na no aso odwane mra opani no dwane mra wo dwane mra eti waka de ato sese wanhwe na wama ekwan bia so no emra nkasa behye no amana ba na fe yatoto na no wei nsama hodo a ekwa kwan bia so ye betena se na fe yedi nkomo ye be make sure say ye ne a lawyer fo a wo mo ewo enimde a lawyer fo a wo mo esuahunu no ado asiko ye ne wo mu nyina ebedi nkomo eofiduem ha na afei ensem no yatimi akasa ho nkakrakra akoyanim emrepem Albert enso so betena se ewa ha na afei yatoa so akoyanim abusua utie dwumadie no esanso ehwe mepacho se wo hwe de a Net2 television mepacho on Facebook and afei YouTube enso so no Net2 TV GH ofawa ubetimi ahwe na afei odo comment enso so afa ho ede aba kama afei enu achi no kai na san social no so se esan enam o radio so oman 107.1 FM enkra pumpuni mantemo ene ne mpatem ejehuru enam so pam ya obi a etiebie afei so kwa santimantem ene ne mpatemu a ash 101.1 FM ehon so edem ya chese eja etogu sanso ene mfifi mantemu asinfo so ne mpatem ede kwa Cape Coast ne mtwa adaso nyina no ehon so 90.1 nap radio wono so ejigum ewo ha yeguso ayakoyanim enkakrakra me din biem ede Anthony Kofi Nkum Dadze Chanitiawa frame Mr. Nkum dwumadie yi echiame eneme enne so me no ebetena emrepam ye bebie phone lines no na afei enne onso so nkoma ye bedi wa ha nyina no wode wo chefa enso aba be ka ho na afei yatimi apem ni yakoyanim ye besi nsem pem sade etie pepepe na yako afei wo text messages ene ade ni nyina so no ye beje bre na afei yakan ni nyina enso so ede ama kama e ofiduem ha enne ne nansa Ena ye nyina ye beka ya abrantia baako a wɔyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ Kesben or Kesben FM ɛwɔ nkran ha abrantia ne kɔkeka nsɛm ya hodoɔ ɛde fa honorable Kennedy Agyapong ho sɛ ɛyɛ ɔno ana sɛbi wo good Dr. Mamudu Bawumia na ɔyɛ frankatuni ɛde ma MPP amanyɔkɔ ne ho fi ɛkeka nsɛm ahodoɔ bebrebe a kyɛ sɛ ɛnra yebeyi na no na enne nso so no nsɛm no asan so ebukof afa baabi foforo enti yebesan so adi akire na fe yedi ho nkomo kama enso so ede akoyanim abusuama yentwa ye ho na fe yemra na yeba yetoa so asini PEIN ede amaw.
Freedom. The lion has freedom because the lion demands freedom. The lion has freedom because he fights for freedom. His very nature says he will die for that freedom. Perhaps there's no more valuable asset on this earth than freedom. Something you can only understand if you've experienced a lack of it. In your own life, you must fight for freedom. Your own and that of others. Freedom. The lion has freedom because he fights for freedom. His very nature says he will die for that freedom. Perhaps there's no more valuable asset on this earth than freedom. Something you can only understand if you've experienced a lack of it. In your own life, you must fight for freedom. Your own and that of others. The freedom to speak your mind. The freedom to be who you want to be. The freedom to live on your terms. Freedom means fairness for all. The freedom to be who you must be while allowing others to be who they're going to be. There is no greater value. Fight for your freedom.
Awusia yasan ama ye ho akwaba biem edeba eye kasafidie yi eso bomodin se obetimi ahwe na afei onso so ode o comment ene ade ade afa se ode comment beba nda amesro memra ntem eba ye beje bre na afei ya ye ho adwuma ede amakama na ye nyina ye nim se 2024 after elections no Ghana man peni anu ote adwa so sabre na wo bejai eye batonum ede ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na oye Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo na ansa no mampeni ebeja batonum no obi aya to abawi a wono anim so walusu wadintwo ene ade a aban foforo eba no womo ehya ase se womo ye appointment bi in fact aban emankofo bi adwuma at that time so womo nsusu betimi enya adwuma ye wo manim na sankofo kuo na aban ma wo mo adwuma sa bere no after elections ni nyina no me no ekasa sese chief of staff Yero Julius Debra abomodin aka ni nyina de agufom wakagu ahwem enti saa ni nyina no wabatu agu wasine PEIN e de akyere wo mu se ebere ya yede ma wo mu adwuma no enya berepa ebere ya yede ma wo mu adwuma no enya bere na esase yede adwuma ema wo mu ebere ya yede adwuma ema wo mu no wo mu kyerɛ sɛ saa bere na aban a wo mu adwuma no wadi ntwo enti bibia ma ne kwan so otimi emo wo mu adwuma enti saa bere wo mu adwuma no yagye yasine PEIN akyere wo mu se adwuma no yagye o yagye e de afiri mu nsem ya kyerɛ sɛ sankofo nyina no me no ekasɛ yabo mu nyina ato nkyɛn enti sɛ unua bi ka ho bia na papa bi ka ho bia no akontia bi eka ho a bo modern so betimi afrɛ na afei wakonsolu no enkakrakra na koma ato ne yem sɛ onya abotre nyamete ase ebeye yie ebra yede ma omo adwuma no na ye dangerous sa na chief of staff eka enti watwa ne nyina mu ede afiri ho enti eno nso so ye nsam a ye tena se on Ghana nkomo no a ye behwe na afei yasan edi ho enkomo kakra enra ye tena afia ha edi nkomo bi na san komo na ye di ye no has to do with the NPP. Na ye nyina ye nim se after 2024 elections no NPP amanyoko no apal committee a wo mu eye hwehwemu ne de san twodie ne baaye ya yewura professor eye makokwe ene dano na adwuma wo mu eye nyina no so ombekọ fom na afọ ma gensem ene omanfo akasa abusa se bo asambe ne baaye a genti akura no omode hwe kwam at that time no edumye eja wo mo ya wo mugu so eye adwuma no na eno mu no na mmerantie bi nso ene na momontene so a wo nso keka ensem bi a wo mo epe etisia nyina be ka ya enro ye bo video bi a na eye yenua baako a wo ye adwuma e wo Kesben FM e wo nkra pumpuni mantemo ene Kesben TV wono ekeka nsem a chese wodi gu honorable Kennedy Agyapong ho fi ono de na dwene po a wabɔ adwe ekuta no ane se onka nsem bi a wono a epe wono amfiri nipem wono amfiri sabe ne feelings im enkeke kansem bi a wope emfengu honorable Kennedy Agyapong animu ase eti wa hyase anu wo kansem na sem anu wo kan ko hyase free eye press conference bi a ekoso ewo Kumase Asante Mantemu ewo bra MPP amanyokuo ma osono ma wo mo tena ase anu mo hwe se bo entwodie ya ye di ye in 2024 no na anu odin and kwanya nam so ba ye no na ehu it was so dangerous and so therefore wo mo de susu se flag bearer at that time I didn't call ye His Excellency the former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enya dia Ghana for jiritum so mpese om to abama no enu nti na koba ne saa na so wo de omo hwe a omo hunu ni se opani a Ghana for ye krado ya sese wo mo twen se MPP amanyokuo ne de ne beba na wo magina tum eye Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong and so therefore mo confirm me say based on that research omoma ye no on person omo ka kire MPP amanyokuo se nyame ya dom 2028 no mo san ekwa abato so biemu a they should present no other person than that of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong because ono no ma hunu so betimi a win power in 2028 ede ama NDC amanyokuo no na sansem yo mo kan ye abrante ne muri yakutukum a chese okeka nsem ahodo bebre eti emrepem sa video no beba na yetie abrante no na ye wi a nsem ahodo nso ahyase ya eba enti eno nso so ya de a ebehwe na fe yetimi edi hu enkomo because o he said ya niama ekọ no a kamia kwa ye se yegusu hye nkofo fun se de etie bia no MPP amanyokuo ma nis kwanso omo kasa wo munye din amu obia enkasa o kasa pa ne afrew ne akeka nsama kyerɛ wa o kasa ne afrew enti kyese akwa ye se 2024 proud to elections suban bi ne certain activities a MPP amanyokuo mu mpenifo titiriw eni mpenifo ahodo a wo mo daba no ehya aseso wo mo ya na obi bie na no ka bibi ewa amanyokuo no pe na ya twe na bo so no aso mu njaye ye asa kwasiko enso tetekwanti an wo ye ne awope ya obi akasa na ye frɛ no na ye kan sentre no eti yenua eye Vincent Asefua honorable ono ye MP edema omanfo ewo eye Old Tafo constituency na osha asese okasa kakra no according to ono ankasa mpenifo frɛ no ya de sa video no nso beba mpenifo frɛ no ene no ekasa ye asensam a wo kan be ha dwene ene ade suban tantan ya nipa bi da na di wo party ni mu ema ntwodie ba 2024 no omanfo mpese omompese ye beka ho asem kra omompese ye beka ho asem kra na mom ye ofufuo ne yenom ho nkwan no ma menko na afei yenua eye ziga a wono ewo Kesben ne nsem bi okeka fa Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ho no ye hwe bi na ye ntie bi na ye mbra sesia.
You understand? On must start ye pa. Oh, the kwame on be position. Shadio. Kwabe.
Me feel.
And kofo yo me press conference. Our Ashanti region.
Yeah.
O support to Iraq and the Japan. Obi isi kwan se and support to Iraq and the Japan. But the press conference no me and what from unity me the growth of the party a bit me hilly party no a lose election. And quite ben as press conference a bit me hilly party no. I don't get it. Che unumze Sadia we be no me ma Iraq and the Japan.
Yeah.
During the elections, I feel Okojina platform swa. What to mean Kasati said how it ought to be. Edema Dr. Baumiani NPP.
Yes, sir.
Sadia, Sanoma say, oh, and a ma papa Nantimianya campaign.
Said the SSO.
Because nobody can damage the flag bearer. Why, yeah, internal politics, external politics. What destroyed Dr. Baumia Ama and this for the Google audio and you say video so. Oko TikTok ne Facebook kwame eno na na campaign de ma NDC.
Yeah.
At a point normal rest they will go to house but as for the social
Ochiami a onim kasa no se na na wasumu a ensamu abrante ne keka ye eno no ono na dwene mu ene sebi na fumu no of ono no dwene se eye ensam bi na honorable Kennedy Agyapong ekeka ye gu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ogu ne hufi egu nanimu ase enu nti na Ghana for antoaba amano na abrante oye nsantwroni in fact ono ankasa etout ne ho to be a political journalist and so therefore a political journalist there senka wo ba no aba be kasa me fo se esese wo weigh the pros and cons of in some way ba no etwa sasa bi wo ma wadwene e kai wo niam bi kakra etwa sasa bi wo ankasa wo da na wo da sumiye so na wo dwene sa asam a wo kwa kwakan wo nyina so anase etesen because in some way bi na no kan ni nyina no eye hodo hwadansem nyansem bi anim sabi eye nsam a nsuo bi anim eye nsam a ye de di nkomo a enye yie eye nsam a sabi eni kwan kra se wura ni pasom eye nsam oni kwan kra se sabi epie fri nipa enum eba na yebusa se eyo time ana sabi ebinum at the time honorable Kennedy Agyapong etin wo mo ye niama sa anase etesen because the reason why ntia me busa sa ne say on this same issue no we are talking about Salam Mustafa and a organizer national youth organizer edema NDC MPP amayoko no na Salam atna Peace FM akansem bi o say omulusu MPP amayoko no per omo research omo yeye no omulusu elections no in 2022 Salam Mustafa na oye key person to the hierarchy of NPP no ono na sem ne say omulusu eya elections no MPP elusu elections no in 2022 and MPP lusu sa 2024 elections no and so therefore enye se honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne kodina ba bia kogu obi hu fi na sabi sabrantie so yo obi a wodwene an wo yo obi asabi na ni huru bibi na odwene ekwa akiri etie mu ehunu ne ekwa ampa anko betimi ahunu se prior to 2024 elections one Kennedy accompany kwa Agyapong in fact okonwura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia basimu kra no yenyina yenima nigi a ekoho everybody saw the kind of atmosphere the presence of honorable Kennedy Agyapong created here. But this so-called political journalists no were who saw atmosphere no and then also prior to 2024 elections yenyina yenim ekwanya time MPP amayoko no eya ne final rally ewo Legon. In fact as a time honorable Kennedy Agyapong ekokodru eya rally na se no in fact the chairman of the party was so surprised because na Nigeria ne said omo kuta honorable nsem eka ne nsagu nachi ya hye ne fon eya niama ahodo ankasa bi bebu na bam ni nyina no wasori edi party nachi a oye adwuma de ama party no sebe omanfo wa santimantem omanfo wa Ghana ebeje party na tum ato abade ama no sa atmosphere na honorable presence ni create yen de we hu but on my mu na ye wo no medical akatro say enipa bi any san nipa also ntakrache and so therefore ebia me dem support we dey me mpenasem etia ne me kasem bia me pe emfa nkere no na sabi mebusa se sa abrante no se honorable Kennedy Agyapong se honorable Kennedy Agyapong ye ne papa ana sabi oye ne wofa ana wo na busua mu a nkompa na. But this is the guy or not tena ho no okeka ne ope. Anytime ya otena TV so a na dwene ye ne sabi ono nko na wiase mu nyansa nyina no ewo ne trim. Enti otena radio so okasa anyhow, otena TV so okasa anyhow. Baby obetena bi okasa sa de ono epe. Yes same penifo, ye gum penifo animu ase. Obi a wabɔ ne bra, wa building no to a certain level no, ye mra na ase. Eti ni ono ne pe no, anu akwa gyina na cha akwa kansa mu ahodo ono pe, e de afa honorable Kennedy Agyapong ho. But nya wotu mrepa no e kiresie. And so therefore, me pese ye nyina ye kɔ ne ye kɔkɔhwɛ eye Salam Mustafa a oye National Youth Organizer Edema MPP Amanyoko ni video ye hwɛ. Ye nkɔ ne ye nkɔnkɔhwɛ na ye kɔkɔhwɛ ne ye wi a na afa ye nyina ye hu sɛ abrante ne nsam o kan sabi mpiaduasa eyensem hunu eyensem genjan anase etesen eneno ana ye kan ho asem say o say 2022 ena sa elections no omulusu ye 2022 ena omulusu MPP elusu sa elections no it in fact o jina so kra kan say ono de hunu ni say honorable Kennedy Agyapong na o depart nanim honorable Kennedy Agyapong na oye swift enti ohun sa eye analysis no ansana ohun sa research no ansana obeka say he's the only person na obetimi abiti eye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eno ti lo gina so kan sansem no enti sabi wo ye nsantwroni na wo kasa na se wo mpa bibi nyina so nkasa ana se obekasa nso na sabi wo nwene ho ansa na wakasa na pese o kire sei en ye nyina ye nim eye Vincent Asifua honorable na semu a waka said certain suban bia I mean some CEOs edanadi some CEOs suban jenja bi omodanadi ahomaso honhom eniema bi asabi ensem fata wo mo de ye Ghana for mabi no eno na gina so eto abaditi awo mo enti mayenkwa na afa yenkonkɔhwɛ eye honorable Asifua the video no na afa ni ewo ho no yenhu ne yenka ho asem esan se ekwan a amanfo bi nam so a wo mo ekeka kansem okrom ha esem penifo ye running penifo down yenye ne ayepemfa nkyerem penifo no enya de esuani honorable Kennedy Agyapong no eye Ghana de hyankasa na agina tum enye sabi nipa binom etima yenkɔ na yenhwɛ video no na yemra ne enti asɛm a honorable ekae
clearly see say your party no drum pempen so na akoye say sabi ye munipa
ti ojitum sa.
Oh yes, why not? Because as I said, say samre no de name to me. But this is the right time for us to be able to say it because
me ma on fast samre to me kan je because me bisa say ojitum kan me bisa say na muka.
And make a choice say yeah me living testimony to that.
Oh,
as
really?
I said, as a member of parliament. Out I say me want me constituency no so be so pay transfer because e be Agyapong Forestry Commission.
Okay.
So me mean to me say me could see you.
See you. Yeah.
I could see you and see you no pamo as a member of parliament. What becomes of you?
Says now we are honorable member.
I am telling you, say
honorable.
When him say I had the opportunity to engage Minua Kwame Chikesi on it.
Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes. And when him say me can't say I have received so many calls and so many messages. Just as a lot of people with similar issues about it.
So just an example. And I tool for real.
Yes, and I made no crampono. It happened in front of Collins, the former finance director of the party. The Collins Nyama also. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because Collins Remu. And I mean to me Remu. Because the secretary was telling me so not available. To Collins to me Remu so national executive Remu the name so me because so many appointment I had to leave so much embarrassment. Yeah, but it is unfortunate, and these were some of the things are not easy in our party, people who did not even have your friend say the gravitas in terms of party no stature and for my party no and for a party for ni no because remember of Sir John or no oh yeah in fact Sir John played about 80% of me win waterfall.
I
was really hurt because it was my home. It was my home. And yes, Bisika no be bepe. Because you hear Osika. Okay.
Okay.
But the followers and conform they expect that a member of parliament a bit to me more with respect to promotions, with respect to transfers.
Okay.
Now be banner or no notice. And I'm crying here now what happens to no grassroots person.
Oh, okay.
And these were the challenges that we were going through. I am sure said that
feel on some because I'm person breaking 8, no said then I'm
mature. When you say mature crata, former complaint, powerfully worded letter, and Kamedekwa Koma, the president at the time. When you just stop me, there's a guy who forestry, a friend Unuma.
And so, yeah, dear, you busa, sir, and someone, yeah, can say, party in penny for can say, any can say, you blaming for. It is a no question says you blaming certain people. A dainty and a binuma your margin say, on the come, see the Assamiansa, and yes, as soon as I be on my consent phone at the honorable Canadian Agyapong, say, a your honor and a good party nufi, a your honor and good Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Hufi, I can't say me as a binyan him. Nipa or Kasa ye, a Vincent, a call Asifua, or your MP, ewo a yatafo, old tafo, a santimantem, or your MP, ewo, on a Kasa ye. Sir, or no, our ye MP no. MP, a whole member of parliament. Or certain COB office, nani pana pamano, or pamano se menu ni appointment in Tiko. Or pamano, as ya wanting, and it's a MP kwa me ya pamana. Sabi, party grassroots party person. Or no, I don't know what see you know, I see when Bajana Tumana. Or by Pamon so. Or no crowd, in fact, yeah, when him cry. And that was the level and a party na Baby Drew. Sir, sabi, party no, there was certain class of people or more and a so mushia. Eti grassroots na ya no mo air corner de ya twa mo agya. Eti ya twa mo agya na afa nkugu aba. Esi dan na nipa wo no kra no na dodo na ewe animu se ekwan ya de ne fa so proud to 2024 elections intino ebi ahye na bufuo obete ne ho obete ne party ana oba be ye den a papa ne se ne ekosu nyina me ni nyina to machi. Still, I want to be in the NPP party. And so therefore he was part of the party campaign on one kasa baby a party no be odi akire ene ade our year juma hodoa. So it is after ya chance any shifty blame on him. So no we good party who fini ade a. I mean NDC for no monti krom ana. My yenko na fe yenko nkwohwe National Youth Organizer Mustafa Salam yenko na fe yenti ensemo a on one kasa so ekan so omu lusu elections no in 2022 mayentie na yemra
research background and I am an MSc student, so research the idea and I have been a research assistant at the Nkum Institute in the year 2012, in fact even to a very large extent all the way to 2016. A lot of research leading us to power. I was involved in the research idea and also no me obi a me pedeka because politics are it's science and data. We have gradually moved away from period that you could tam ballot box na ya question na macho men abegina ho ayetutu asem near tutu na gradually no we are shifting to a more scientific, a more strategic and a more thinking based electioneering and politics. And say one thing and Jenny ye na strategy and ye ni man obetofon. Now, another way, let me do one or two admissions. Midi National Youth Organizer, Abanivi, Obi Fred, Mimbodi, because the person is within the security system. So, I'm a catcher. Me say, you are my very good friend, but you are up against the hill. You have a lot of work to do because we share researcher, and baby I'm more as against where John Mahama is. I think say you people have a lot of work to do. In fact, there was over 15% gap between us and John Mahama. And this was in October 2022. October 2022. In fact, Mitie Akumpreko, Tamawe campaign, or say, oh, and this election, the MPP had lost it in 2022. You know, I'm sure it was premised on a certain, information, data are not available to him. I have a research background, and I am an MSc, student. So research the idea,
Eti abusia am say yenyina yetie enkoma ekoso na opani a okasa ye one yenuanom Peace FM fo ene kodi nkomo ntie ho ana yenya video efriye and ono na oye National Youth Organizer Emma NPP amanyokuo no na me kra no na nka me nim no at a point na me nim no youth organizer na nko bia hwe animu say at least he will speak the voice of the youth. Obe encourage youth no one youth na any daso bi say munya abotre say de tie bia no bibi beba during campaign no kra no man hu no mantene nka kra da. But it was a rather honorable Kennedy Agyapong ono no cut down to the grassroots, ono no cut down to the level of Ghanaian youth, giving them hope, telling them that yes, we can take our own destiny into our own hands and change the fortunes of our country. Say nipa we mum na ye dane no say ye mbutu nanim emfancy form. Na ewiase na ye wono medical culture say Nyankopon owo 2 stages odi nipa bia ejina. Na stage 1 ene say ono nyame ebe ye ho adwuma. Stage 2 no eye say after say nyame aye ho adwuma awie no ode wo say nipa no ebe ye adwuma. And that is exactly a juma Nyankopon edi honorable Kennedy Agyapong eye. It is a sabi wo de o time no. Sabi wo de wunyanya. Nanka honorable Kennedy Agyapong kra no sabi de beto na to na wo ankasa wo jagireje. Sabi asamo a wo kan no se me ene wo na se wo ye Kristoni ampa se wo sum nyame a anka wo ye obi a wo sum nyame a wo be se wa ye bone kese patia wo Nyankopon obo wo. Kabon se asamo a wo kan ye no sabi etise ntesuo a watu ato fom a wuntimi emfa wano emfa biem e wasase so ka wo be unsa asamo a wo kan ye na nkasa no sabi mpiaduasa wo ankasa no waka asamo a edenome kra betimi ato abrabo so. But ebia na wunya spiritual, ebia na wunya obi a we a serious person in life, and so therefore you will never know the consequences of what we said about honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Why would you sit down, say you can say party no lose a co-position, and so therefore young to niama committee no crown for the founders my na sabi momron say sabi momron say akra keto ate say wo na nka wo kra no sabi wanyina duru ya wo pani a wo bone bra edru mpempen so ye chese wo support nipa bi nti no ene mempe kwan bi so mfa ense no pawirefo ya papa pawirefo ya rough ya sa adwuma no na wo ye yete wase ye nimnia ekoso proud to 2024 elections ye nim ba bia mumu binum na monenam ye nim niama ya de fa punachi ede maamo allegedly mumu binum ye nim nyina oti ase ye nim nyina eti se enne wo betena ho na wo pa ba bi dia fa because some of you na nyina mo ya research and more research findings are mo de ba ye no amfa bibia amafie. It is our research findings how de ba ye na amfa bibia amafie dia and ye wo da na wo second de akwa kotwa ba bi foforo ba bia wawura ne de ba bia wawura no enya de beboa wo enti bomboden me si ni pain na maka kira sabe wonnim nyansa nchen obia me si ni pain na maka kira sabe wonnim wiase enchen Ghanaian youth me si ni pain na maka kira say Ghana fon kaye according to the researcher MPP for no guso omoye no wo mo ka mu nsem so o man kwoto aba ma MPP amanyoko no sabe wonnim nyansa enchen wo mo wonnim nyansa enchen wo mo. In fact, what now Okra can send me say, and Sabi, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, or we need all the songos, baby, I'm a we need any idea. Me patcho here, there was certain Northeast. Oko says here MPP for or MPs or more saying. Yeah, can Ukraine out to one out can ya ope. Yeah, can someone and penny for Kasa now also so to one out can ya ope. Sabi in some way I want to ask ye. It is a say, before so be mountain no, where the pros and cons of assembly kuta no. Nya bibi gina so ansan wakasa. Enya by force say wo de wonya simple ni apa gina so ano. Wo bie wa no say o kan asem ya wo pe. And in fact, ye nyina no, ye nim ensamwa before say your friend saying honorable Kennedy Ohina Agyapong eba be decide say obe run for primaries no. Ye nim nsem ya na mo keka. Oti ase yenim semi amukeka keka na Mustafa Salam kasa ye no asema no kan o se 2022 and o lose elections no and so it no krese honorable Kennedy Agyapong he's a sharp man oteniamase odi I mean he's on top of issues, so he was even one person, he was even ahead of the party. And that is why Baby Obejinabi no catcher party and say he's the only hope for the MPP. He told the whole Ghana that he's the only hope for the MPP. Ghanaian youth in etiye. Obi an honorable Kennedy Agyapong time and all rounds no. Nen someone no catcher Ghana for. Nen someone no come na to Ghana for asum. Nen someone sabi na every revive and confirm no spirit crown and what down. And those are the people who are almost falling in love with the man. And on the man, the hope of the party. If you don't know, now 2022, now Mustafa Salam Eka said, Omulusu elections, you know, at that time, no, Nabu Kennedy knew decided to call primaries. No, I am asking you, at that time, no, Nabu Kennedy, no, what decided to or call primaries. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ever out so about or contested. I mean, some few months. And son no call primaries no. Na nipa or no one person. Etimi I gather, I mean support in the party. Oh no kwa time or the bem or the taking decisions so bem. He got more than 30%. Say nipa who can say gunu fi e de agro. You don't know what you are saying. Bompaye, you're fasting. Me mouth 7 days, you're fasting. Now one kasa fa bompaye slow nyankopon on fa born in che na fa san. That is what I want to tell you. Abusia sinipen ane eguso a ye di hu enkomo no na enche mene Albert ye betena ase na Ghana nkomo no ya hyase na ye di hu enkomo akọ yanim wo betimi e de WhatsApp messages no e de aba afei wo betimi enso so e de wo text message enso so e de aba afei on YouTube on Facebook ni nyina no e ye Net2 TV GH me pa cho okọ ho na de comment no e fa ho a yebetimi ede amount ebia na utie e wo radio so a your WhatsApp numbers no e 0240 550899 eno ena nsusu betimi de wo de na afa so na afei wo de aba ye be kan ni nyina ede amount kama ama bibia akọ nanim utie dwumadie no on Oman 107.7 FM and afei Asante Mantemu nso so no Ash 101.1 FM and then Nap Radio 90.9 ewa eno nso so ewo mfimfini Mantemu asinfosu ene ne mpatem omanfo nyina etie ewo ho enso so mepacho all the radio stations ni nyina nso so no okọ mo Facebook page a enso so betimi ede afa ho na wo de o comment aba ye be kan ni nyina ede amakama ama bibia akoyie medin ede Anthony Kofi Nkum Dadzi twanitiawa na frame Mr Nkum ma yentwa ye homra na ye ba many Albert as many ebetena se na fe ye de Ghana nkomo enso so ede abrew.
Agriculture. We talk of agric. We need large-scale farmers in this country. Whether we like it or not, advanced countries, as rich as they are, they subsidize their farmers. That is why rice are being imported into this country cheaper than the locally produced rice. Minimum here, minimum there, minimum sir, your more opportunity. Who bet me about Yacht and Agyapong? Agriculture. We talk of agric. We need large-scale farmers in this country. Whether we like it or not, advanced countries, as rich as they are, they subsidize their farmers. That is why rice are being imported into this country cheaper than the locally produced rice. Minimum here, minimum there, minimum sir, your more opportunity. Who bet me about Yacht and Agyapong?
All right, I was saying yes, I'm a home aquaba biom at the bar a yes in the pain Jumedian so Sanya Yenina Yakano, Ubet me the comments and o messages I would win and so Eddie Abba. Na Emripem Yenyan and Tiesa, ye be phone lines no and there Ubia Benya Breno no so akasa was in the pain na yetime akoyanim ebre we eyebra yade Ghana nkomo ebre wo enti menua Albert Asmani atena se ya yade enkomo no ebre wo bema na te sen nyame adomo bibia boko de
adoma adomi de na je se ye sorry na nkwa wo ho a aseda nkwa na de manyame.
All right
ahode wo ho
ye de nyame ase oh say ja lawyer Daroma
ozo we kama
okay lawyer Daroma say lawyer na ye no te say Yesu Kristo so enti say ofa no so awoko eja no ana me boa
okay
so
I say ja so obi ntimi nkwa eja ne nche
I just want am no so enti nyame adom bibia ye kama otiase na bema ma yenni nkomo kakra onim say after say ye to aba no wie ye no
yeah
His Excellency Nana Addo Danko akufo-addo appointment bi na those appointment no you can say Chief of Staff Julius Debra the krata ba bonten say those appointments ni nyina no they are not valid and so therefore we see the pain e dey akere o mu say obia enko ne baby be ma ensem a e koso say no e ma Ghana for any that so
Mr. Nkum meda wasena machia atiefo a omutie wo man 107.1 FM ana ash 101.1 FM Kumase na NAP radio so 90.5 ewo Central Region ana omo hwe on Net2 TV so asema oka no se metietie nsema akoso ne de Chief of Staff de betu dwana na ohwe said the MPP ni NDC so ma bom bra o Ghana na me na na kan asem say de na bro ban kan no ono de atirimodin bae ana do de once ahwede enso ba fi no ono de once na bae se utie time as the then senior minister honorable Yasafo Mafo e call vetting in 2017 ade e ba so enei honorable Yasafo Mafo na kofa asem o yaba
there be o sini pain say honorable Nanaya Safumafo and Akofa Assembly.
Let our chief of staff through on Akofaba.
Na so honorable Nanaya Safumafo
because oko vetting no ono nso state say nipa bia omoma ba no ni din any payroll so in December payroll no January ombeyi omu nyina edi what you say o state say obia asat time ayekoto aba na yemfa na dwuma mu wo Jomahama time no in 2016 no omubeba payroll no yetua aka December no omudinim si ebetua aka January no omudin wo mu a sankrofo no ombeyi o mafiso because omuntumi emma sankrofo no enye adwuma without even explaining the conditions attached. The video is there. Ananaya Asafmafo eka sa asemi. On say akwaba ene nipa na hand over mam no. Fortunately or unfortunately, ono no wasan ba betena kunwa no so biem. Na niema na oye na den na mo se enye no. Ene nso eye ana enye. In any case, time ben na omuhu say aban no capacity to employ. Time ben ana oman timi anya employment na till say ekoto abawie. Mibisa say nkem pipi wini anka sankofo no be form adwuma na. Sankofo na omu pushi di koye no. Me dey minka say ye yu obi adia eye ana enye. But you see sometimes you know yen hwe say politicians you know edrum bia they hide behind public sympathy no mo can say bi o person mo ka and then MPP 4% the whole world eba crucify chief of staff and Jomahama say omro mitiri mo odin wo wi ase ase ya frankofo adwuma no ma be yi o medi ade a complain e say enye nra no enne so enye what you say and this time na NDC for Neko in 2017 it is believed say almost so francophobia adwuma mu e was civil service more yan can't even heads of civil state institutions in Paul because chief of staff here Julius Debra wa yinko for Eddie or say yinko for fi hono former auditor general dom level they appointed him after Lucy election na no moko. They appointed him. But no probably say a key crophobia omo head certain issues and sankofo no e wo kwan a ye fa so eden ye de form godom level na onya outside e de ne bem. Na he was there already. Then he was working with the audit service. Yankofo na mfia bonten e de ne bae. But here is the case, sir. Nanaya Safumafo was on national TV saying, say, some Crawford falling into same category stated in the chief of staff's letter. No? Same category, no bar. MPP4 will not allow them to work. They will silently take them off. What do you be on Crawford team? And I swear by ne. And then Nancy innocent Ghanaians.
Wow, kind the same thing, say. In Crawford no money wadada
yes
entinka nkese nya wawadi kan pen no kra no se be ebo nka ye se eni kwan se ye nso ye fa sa bi so na den na wo obi ye no wo bai na nye ma enti wo be yi wo mo efio na wo so be
the person mo kire se time be na unim abanjuma na enhyehyɛ wo mo edifan Crawford before se be fa obi no one ss sa particular institution nya financial clearance se be fa nipa and then abama mo kwansi timi tua 2 positions bi a ye be fa no say ye advertise say kwakwanya say abeda ho ye fa nipa bie nu ewo this institution ABCD mu na go for then apply who apply we so a civil service say dey fa interview mu na interview na he sampa adwuma na apply o qualify na o qualify we a na se shortlist na be famu a ya famu na de mato probation ya fa wa ya fa wa anya say ya yo permanent at that time It's in Crawford cry for my Mwasama background. In any case, so go through the right procedure, they are still on probation.
I'll bet a bear one was after 2028 elections, you bet me the same thing.
And just say, a BNC crowd and your politicians.
Yes, and any
quanso, you see, makes a gun and you see, institutions, no crime. I want to run institutions, no politics, devoid of politics. And Casanima Regina, Emma. And Kemau, because you lose election. When I chose America, time I buy the lose election, you see, and you follow the but when it's a systems in your Juma, yet Tikrum ha say, we a party back, who need cranas another party back, promotion cry, quabranit me trans, young farmer. And Crawford Bray, and I was talking to someone, and I was saying, Nenipa, I appointing National Security Coordinator. What's not Ghana Police Service? Several years, no a deputy commissioner. Some post be promoting Krano. They suspect say na IGP person be promoting.
Wow.
Sani panel President Mahama by wa appoint as National Security Coordinator. And people even believe say young say state institution in Krano politics no age and some ewum. Enti obia ubefi baby aba ye be fa wo certain party abreso no the other party ba osusu say e sa party ni nipa ya ma ye the perception kwa do Supreme Court. Last year they answer me auntie from NDC said Nana Akufo-Addo pack Supreme Court with MPP for. The only institution that bia make say eno na ene ema me no mienu kwa etimi tuka fifie ba ne ye ko am I confidence akaba akupe okrum head nam the court. Se court system ni break it down emra bia nya djuma biem. Eno tu fie obi atimi bra obeye ode ope. And so no politicians not try some the politics in crabeden e kwa ku ramu e wo judicial service ho. Enti ene me catch you say enye tua na ban entimi tua sankofo ne ka wo. The brain behind sad the nyina na say yesusu say ye NPP for na ye de o ma be den abehye ho. Na susu ampa say NPP for nso na ye de o ma kohye ho a na akufo-addo ne sa onkofo na me fa na akufo-addo mbem. But all the state institutions no me yes ade no me abrofo pa.
Na say na ya osafo mafo ya o kan na asem wa hai. Party aibe na no play. Enyo no no oye advisor, I mean what
in fact 2017 he was the senior minister.
And he became an advisor to the president.
Of course. Nana yourself man for the won't mean why.
And so therefore, necessary to me advisor buying at that time say Saturday way a course in 2017 anya ye de. Etima ye nso so ye nkoye. And not just what
for all you know, Saturday way before you know it didn't even come from central government. It didn't even come from Jubilee House. But anytime I'm sang from there brought forward to the extent say party for edimwechi so mo pay juma. You couldn't even employ them 6 months to election. Nana imagine some no mo push your match baby. One say enkofo no mo ho no. Say if they went through the right procedure no say wakoni interview yeah advertise yeah ya fa na juma na ya afene waba. The time in the crown does not favor Sani panel because we'll be our probation yet you ready at any time.
Now, Albert, so what Emremo non cofo we bet me you Sadi
and I'm saying I'm bet me their court, but your for Juba, your period where the two say probation. Answer ya confirm Sanko phoning you falling within the probation period. Once your father say granted, your file 1st December, uncha 3 months. You are still under probation. You can be fired at any point in time. I say one kasa krano, if you kasa krano, umbo den kra. You man dey sure won't mean into kofie. Sanke, another time kasa come for even 6 months later before election and sampona. You win election near you permanent there. And Rabom who by say you can't just get up and just say 7 be any kasa. Me sure when him say MPP, when him so osunti kofie. You can't do it like that. But when we say a corner ya far so far or mono. Any period near 40 years no. Obia mo bia ntena baby anka say normal. It cannot be normal, it cannot be coincidence.
kobisa ho say December 2023 yefa December January ho yefa nkrofo wa adwuma mu say koko bisa ho that period na and they under review no same period in 2023 ko yefa ni pa say
Albert ma move on na yɛntoa so enko yenem abusua sinipen dwumadie so ana wowa utie wohwɛ ɛwɔ Net2 television on Facebook, on YouTube, ni nyina no etwegu sanso so ana oman 107.1 FM enso so fan live ana afei yesanso enam Ash FM 101.1 FM ana afei 90.1 FM ewo ye mfimfini mantemu asemfo su nap radio ehon so so utie ewo o text messages ene o comment ni nyina no ubetimi ede afa ho na afei onso o de abasa de be ya ebre so a ye be kan ni nyina kama enso so ede amawo na anopa yi yete wa yenkan bi nhemu ana yete se eye special prosecutor wono afren central for nhemu central for enkomo bi o wa me pese menemu edie na time a one central for hia no ana wose obo opani bi wo manyimu a waye no se odoje mra broni beka se fugitive na odoje mra won pese emra ntansa ebebo no odoje na saa pani no ayo pani bi a woba betena oman we mu ana oye finance minister enti owie no bodi HSE eyewura Ken ofori atano no na special prosecutor HSE eniema mako be se numbi a chese omo hwe mu secretary ne project kankan ne dwirim ewo mu ya omususu se efa papa no tinko omra metena se na womra no womahwehwem enti special prosecutor bra wo hia encentrofo na wode ensema ho eto omanim ene entansa opeso wode bo yewura Ken ofori atano ma yen konkoye video no na fe yeba mene Albert enso so ofidwem ha na ya to aso etimi edi ho enkomo.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, a few minutes ago I signed a directive declaring a high-profile person a fugitive from justice. This person is wanted by the OSP to answer charges in respect of several cases, including the following. 1. Contractual arrangements between Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and the Ghana Revenue Authority for the stated objective of the enhancement of revenue assurance in the downstream petroleum sector, upstream petroleum production, and minerals and metals resources value chain. 2. Termination of a distribution, loss reduction, and associated network improvement project contract between the Electricity Company of Ghana Limited and Beijing Zhaochen Technology BXC. 3. Procurement of contractors and materials and activities and payments in respect of the National Cathedral project. 4. Activities and payments in respect of a contract awarded by the Ministry of Health, initially commenced by the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited for purchases and after-sales service and maintenance of 307 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 305 CDI ambulances for the National Ambulance Service. And 5. Payments out of and utilization of the tax refund account of Ghana Revenue Authority. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Nanaya Oforiatta. Mr. Oforiatta is 66 years old. He was the Minister of Finance of the Republic between 2017 and 2024. Mr. Oforiatta left the jurisdiction on or around 2 January 2025. In 2024.
All right, special prosecutor Yewura Kisi Agyapong ena wakasa aye no na ohe nsemo a okaye na enema makomako enum ena okaye ose contract bi a yede ema eye nipa bi ewo eye Ministry of Health ana se so mo eye servicing of eye ambulance makomako ohamiensa ene enson na eba aye no ho ene ni tom eno eka ho ana afei ensema hodo nso so a na efa eye National Cathedral ehon so enso ebemu afei wasan so kan contract a free ECG enchen enso so eko eye Beijing technology for ehon so eno so kan e an wasan so kan eye SML ene GRE enso so ensem ede eka ho enti wei ene nsem ahodo a openi no ebo ne tofa ya wonsan eka ho asem na wo wie no wasan kan se okay ma yemfa wei no emfancy ansensan se ye pese ye ne a lawyer fo a wo mo ewo nimde won nsem we hu ne di nkomo enti yemfa wei ento ansa na afi yenko na yemra se nansen yenyina ye beka ye a right after 2024 elections no MPP amanyoko no ate committee a wo mo ye hwehwemu na edi ntwodie ebaaye na pani ba ko a wono nso so no se ye ka abato ewo Ghana ha in fact oyobi a ne nsem bi ode babia no eya na etom papa enti proud to 2024 elections no ode babonten ebe kan se NDC amanyoko no ene yewura John Dramani Mahama ene wo bewi ni ampa afei enu achi no yeto aba no ewie na ampa omo awi ni ene wasan so aka se ekwan ye nam so MPP amanyoko no edi entwopoto no wode eho research aba bonten a wo ka mu nsem ebi ni se o se na ase nanado danko akufo-addo Ghana mampeni oben Dr. Mahmoud Baomi adodo okay kan nsem ahodo bebre na mayenkohwe ni video no nsem a okaye no na afi yenkomra ye ba owa ahoma so ya ye no ebetimi edi nkomo ewo live on Net2 television ene radio stations ahodo a akenyina so mayehwe ni video na yemra sisia.
I think the blame goes to Nadu. About 80% of voters blame Nadu for MPP's loss. 80%, and that's quite huge. Wow. Yes. And then secondly, Baumia, not for his performance, not for his campaign performance, but his tie to Nadu. He couldn't distance himself from Nadu. He couldn't. And Ukaya, no, those made argument was because he was trying to, in the minds of people, to move away from Nanado's Accra. That would have helped if people have believed in him. And because he didn't believe that, he didn't buy into that. In terms of personally blaming him for the campaign loss, I think he ranks like fourth in the level of tier for blaming as a person. Rank fourth? Yes. Because the kind of simple, for that comes third before Baumia. What was the key issue? Nanado's is the key issue. Yes. After him, Baumia's closeness to Nanado. And then you have Kennedy, Ken Ufurata, and then Baumia as a person. So we put the issue down so that we can see exactly where to lay the blame. But mostly the blame went to Nanado.
All right, I was young for near ye na video a ye kotie ye openi ya ye friend no Musa Dankwa na Musa Dankwa say ye kana asem a oyepeni a waye adwuma e wa man ahodo bebre so United Nations World Bank was serving as consultant at the amawo mo pen ye ka abato a wote ase pa he's a poster a say oye research pa na nkoma okodi ye on Peace FM ena ye boy ya yetie na yese enhwemapa ya na efatani wura no opani na nkasa ewo eye ahoma so a ye pese ye ne no edi enkomo na wono ena osan eye executive director edema Global Info Analytics a chese womo eye nhwemu ahodo ede eba eye oman ahodo so efa abato ene niam bebre ho ewo eye ewiase afa na nyina yewura Musa Dankwa ewo hom yenko na afi ye ne no endi enkomo opani wadaro ma se oti yenka ye ma aha emu akwa ba edeba Net2 television Oman FM Nash FM na afi eye Nap radio enyina eso awie
mejimoso
bibi abokode
na mina dum ode akere
yada se papa se obre emu eden papa nanso wanya bre ese woni yan ebedi enkomo umfoni a yekohwe ye ewo Peace FM enkomo a ukodi ye ewo ho o kan se His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baomi entwa odi ye no was because na oye that closer anase no otare na Nado Danko Akufo-Addo ho wantimi ante ne ho san komo no opani wa na okan ye na obo ni nyina tofa etesen
yo medase yes the motie and sanity yani Ghana food in kita ho on several occasions kama ya to abano that day no eno din kita ho opinion poll or the friend exit poll and a tree so saying komo about the entire MPP eluso on elections and never be mainly were some of the causes but also the different blame and we had different issues. In fact, the main issue in terms of loose relation is about the economy, jobs, and education. But someone say, why not blame for MPP loss? Then overwhelmingly, now Oma blame Nado. Inti, the Omakacha say, I think about 2 years ago, na a kind of referendum Nado among in the first place. So people were judging MPP based on Nado's performance, and that didn't go down well. We shared prior to the election one. Nado was very unpopular. Very, very unpopular. Around 60% of Ghanaians said on Mono compared to about 35%. So that was a warning sign. And now, about as a government, now the 16% not only popular, it tends to affect the party, candidate. Until the year who will say, instead of assessing Baumia as a person, now man for assessing the Nado in particular.
Right. Utie senya wa chire nsemu no a say eto asomo but question obi bebusa ne say in the first place Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Nana Addo Danko Akufo-Addo His Excellency and introduce no even into the mainstream politics. It is a cassette na oben when timi ante ne ho emfiri ho a ye pese e chire mu saying
yo some of the kaya before the elections Mahmoud Bawumia say or a driver's mate in work. It means any no driver no, but not or a mate as a mate no need power who need to me. Until young man is still on fire and call the beer on being say a quiet baby. Sakasano Kaya no the first attempt to distance himself from Nado. Or say a man for Nkum differently as a man of his own. A man Obama or on one vision. But it was difficult. A man for a year is a man of his own. So it was very difficult. Na adding man say to me yes maybe he could have done slightly better, but he couldn't want to manage this.
Okay, so I mean per senior more analysis no HSA doesn't mean say His Excellency Nana Addo Danko Akufo-Addo obaye no na djuma na nso nkofo ani ananse wanya djuma bia because say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign a definitely adjuma His Excellency Nana Addo Danko Akufo-Addo ye no eno aso na no obetimi agina e dia campaign for ono ankasa because o meye adjuma bia kwan be na nko eseso ofa so a otimi te ne ho efri ne ho kra.
Hey, where the many political analysts into the pessimistic Myanmar dream because normally Mikasa for voters and what they say. But we share their course. So I think the first term now he was okay in terms of performance. But second term from January 2022 and from that point almost 60% say on one day. And at that point I said almost share economy now I share a new any ho and in some way I school free education and then the I know anything amount for a rating very low in terms of his performance. At the same time, so Oshia Mr. Ghana for say baby or money namno a kuyi and I am kuya. nearly 70% at some point, and 65 say baby nam no enkoyi. Say enkoyi dia na hwan na driver no na nanado. In some of the blame is not the man because a man for Philly say baby nam omani nam no and yet kwa papa so they felt say he has failed in that second term.
Okay, opani yebedo ase ene obrene wadagre na ma yenyina wesu na yemusa se proud to 2028 elections no edien na osusu se esese MPP asamayokuo no also omoye
Yeni ye man futuo but the most important thing is they should not ignore public opinion. Omo ibibia omo fa amanfo adwen how people perceive them omo fa nyaduma because sometimes no the otwekwan no ohun sa achia but the wo wechiri no elebo say we kwan achia nti omo fa public opinion data and fa new manim omo di deal manima they can sort their problem out.
All right, so out of more research findings no Bibia ni wa indicating say bia certain apathy bia setting into the party no proud to 2024 elections no can who be no ntwodi by
no o hwe say can apathy in fact omo say omo anto aba no die ntina na omo say omo anto aba ye hwe the response na about 23% say omo lose interest in democracy. Oma to about omunya hwe infim to afi oma bre gina ba no omonto anything amanto. Another 38% say omu are disappointed in the performance of the government. 38%. And another 17% say they didn't like any of the candidates. 17% say omo gina say yento omsaba no. And another 13% said they didn't have interest in what the parties were offering. It means in the plans, no, the being who so they didn't have interest in voting. But only 3% now Omoka say about Omanto because of religious reasons. And technically about 3% say ABR Omanto because about tono Saturday and a bit more Sabbath day no amount to aba. Those were 3%. And 7% say other reasons are one country. So we share largely no almost they have lost interest in democracy and now they were disappointed in the performance of the government.
Yajitum say onye political analyst, oye researcher, but my yemusa we say Ugusu awoya research no. Me sure say definitely more involved zongos no. My Musa proud to elections no. You know other people were saying say the connection between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia being a Muslim and then the zongos no Bawumis ebeye juma ema emfaso biaba mura zongo ono more research findings no say dientina sa connections no anye juma.
You know so historically, Muslim vote, no, most of it go to NDC. Whether they have a Muslim candidate or not, it doesn't matter. So I don't know, one of the biggest problems now, Bawumia Philly say he will break. But for all this while, no, not the polls were showing say the Muslim vote is not going to go for him. For all this while, there was no single poller he was leading among Muslims. With those ones, no, I think it was overhyped reasons. And there was no fact or truth in that data set he was going to win the Muslim vote. And then the fourth, because traditionally, the NDC has won the Muslim vote, regardless of who they present.
All right, opportunity, you bet me jina and also na yakase, omo yes analysis no say. Zongo connections be with the MPP or flag bearer at that time no be adwuma no you bet me gyina so aka say o man hye da nya nhwemu anko akire
sanity.
All right, ma yan na wase ene obre no wada agre na yemfensia emrepam bibia nso kyerɛ ya adwen a yɛbɛhwɛ ne abo aso yɛ na mom yɛhwɛ ne mu sɛ sinipɛn obɛba programming so no abɛtena konwa no so na afei yɛtimi adi nkɔmmɔ
medase
nipa yɛne no edi nkɔmmɔ no ɛyɛ owura Musa Dankwa ɔno ɛyɛ executive director edema global info analytics osan yebe describe no as poster achese oye nhwehwemu edema abato ene afei dwumadie ahodo bebrebe oyopani a waben pa ya chese watimi abo adwuma Albert ma menje wadwen kire sima ba akopɛ na afei yenkɔhwɛ messages no ye ba afei ya hyase be di yenkomo
on se utie asɛm a Ira Musa Dankwa kan ya. Asɛm before the election, after the election, ya can. The issue was that she said time aka na what trick me no se miensa. Ama yakoto aba. Na still na akufo-addo enam no commission enioma. To the sense that ono convey on one statue. Emma abufuo ewo nkrofo mu umpeo no matter niema na akufo-addo ba be getting to the election because na only ballot no so no na SSN command ne visibility ne platform na yenhu Dr. Baumia more ewo abonten but as usual of him ono apeso ye de opeso ye. The first time I'm going to see obi statue, sani pana o si statue na the general or commission and akufo-addo no ye me mu bi da. Ansa na kwa koto aba. Ya to aba yon say dey yakobu atofom. That should tell you nkofo abufu a no omo what that day no. But because no ye president intino na nkofo ntumi nkoho. De di kan mu di kan buade ne nam. Second one kobu ni sabako.
And so
you hand over we no Oma senya na kaniti no da akoto bo no ne da. Sane ma we nyina na men people lose election. Uhwa ye hu. There are certain things and for complaining. Enkoye. You are not the presidential candidate. Waka sima kuma bi na mfie nwotwe anyame de domu wo de why lucky ye ka Ghana mampanifo a omo di 2 terms a o ka ho. Sa America kra bi do ujama Dr. Baumia na nkasa commission ni sene ade npo oye ya anko obi mfa enwansena ho abufo nkobre ni kro but because na akufo-addo at that time na ne ho nya akono nti no okoye bibia na de ho abufo na kɔ MPP ni Dr. Baumia so enti sane na Yewura Musa Dankwa kan beginning here me matena fia ha kan me tsena na akoye bibia on delegate him the vice president in Koye. After all, he's the one on the ballot. And so indeed, also we BB to sa commission to even help in the voting and go back to Abamana. Wa won nasubi no o kopede.
Enti Musa Dankwa kan na ne ya adwene.
Chesenya sem ne ya adwene keke. Eyade na e bare fact e wo obi anim.
All right. Me da say wo de no e de aba ma ye beko eye substantive issue na da hono so eye OSP ene eye Yewura Ken Ofori ata enkomodie num na ya sign atwa so Albert my yamra back to eye OSP ne nkomo no but my yenkonkore video ba ko a wonim se enra yese opani ni fie Ken Ofori ata fie hono bibi kakra bi si asenkofo bi ekoseche hote se nkoko a omo pe bibi adi na OSP kan se debi enya nokre se eye ono ne nkofo ene koye se adwuma na mu aye opani na ene o share da o yes ade no ma yenhwe sa video no na yemra ne ba yetimi aba be din komo efidwem ha na yato aso akoyenim.
Mr. Ofori-Atta's lawyers wanted to know and they stated that they were informed by the household of Mr. Ofori-Atta that in the morning of Tuesday 11 February 2025, that is yesterday, 12 men comprising 1 police officer, 4 military men, and 7 other men in plain clothing visited Mr. Ofori-Atta's house, and that by threat of force, they were able to enter Mr. Ofori-Atta's house, and they undertook an exercise purporting to be a search of every room, office, gym, and other spaces in the house. Mr. Oforiatta's lawyers then inquired if the OSP could confirm that the actions of the 12 men were the instance of the OSP so as to enable them to decide if a complaint to the police would be unnecessary. And this is our response to Mr. Oforiatta directly, but through you, the media. Mr. Oforiatta, the OSP did not raid your house on Tuesday, 11 February 2025, or on any other day. Mr. Oforiatta, the OSP did not cause any persons, however uniformed or bedecked, to raid your house on Tuesday, 11 February 2025, or on any other day. Mr. Oforiatta, that could not have been the OSP, and that is not our style. If the OSP enters your premises, you will not be in doubt as to whether it was the OSP that had come there, and your lawyers will not have cause to do an inquiry ascertaining whether it was the OSP. We have our unique methods of conducting searches, and we have uniquely designed insignia identifying ourselves, and not just by a statement that we are from the OSP. This is one such main insignia. A person cannot just show up and say they are from the OSP. It's cheap, anyone can say that. But when the OSP enters your premises, you will definitely know by our insignia, our methods, and the way we identify ourselves that this is the OSP. Our intelligence points us to state that the purported raid on Mr. Oforiatta's residence was staged, or at best, an imposter action in an attempt to court disfavor for the OSP and to derail the investigation.
Agriculture. We talk of a great.
Mr. Oforiatta's lawyers wanted to know
that they were
informed by the household of Mr. Oforiatta that in the morning,
special prosecutor, the office of the special prosecutor, or Dano, or no, and church and say, we say, editor Yura Oforiatta. Now, no cry woman say, me no me no, yan shada enim emra, yan temrase, isan say yenim. Na yani openi ba kwa, yaka emra, wa biwum, ankasa, and yanino e babi din komo. Na yeti wanon so ne chefa. I mean, senior OSP describe Yura Ken Oforiatta as fugitive. No, is it the right way? And also say it is saying ewo emrem. Na nipa ya no din komo lawyer Ohene Amankwa Jan. Lawyer Ohene Amankwa Jan. Ono any penia wada Ohene Jan. Legal odano legal anase yebeka se oye obia legal practitioner, private legal practitioner awoda Ohene Amankwa an associate oda anono ono ne yene no edi nkomo yesi o legal closus de mu odai lawyer say ote enka awie ma yemo ha ne yemo akwa emra sinipen so
meje so Mr. Nkum
lawyer bibia boko de
obade adom be ho ye na munso
nyame adom ye nso so ye ho ye na se ne waje wo che no wasi uchichi kra de nka ho nya kra nka mempene so lawyer ma yenko issue no so na yen hwese ne etie senior OSP etimi describe Yura Ken Oforiatta as fugitive no sinipen na kachre ne kwan so ano
o bedase misenkum na yencha Ghana edition so a waje bresa breya wo hwe Kencity Net2 radio TV na asama will be say me say be lawyer dey twetwe maso kakra twetwe maso ene say Ken Oforiatta oye Ghana ni Ken Oforiatta omro Ghana emraso ena office of the special prosecutor no Ghana for ena ye share that equities office no ena Ghana for akofa eyobanyi kise da ben ede no abetna ho ene amani to me say onye investigation emfa corruption any corruption related issues public officials and as persons are politically exposed. Enunti senka or shushe Ken Oforiatta na watu tuna no efa charges bia or no susu say corruption related and I say corruption practices and can kwanso no just a Ghana hano your democracy kabina men kabino abambo no hye no saa na nka ye kono nenso so baby cry special prosecutor no ankasa asema okaye a odi tudwa baby a ofiri eba no dia na kamia ye say me nima de kodia ehunahuna no ana se pam no anti oma o describe kind of writer as a fugitive because so obi a oye fugitive there eye obi a wabo ni trimpo say opese odwane free Ghana wa breko a onim say Ghana ye hwehwe no say ye bedi na tem ana say ya toto na no ewo boni bia isusu say watie ho Ushe de akeno foreta de se no no ankasa odi tudwa o kirechire mu a keno foreta ensama uso pese ututu na no lete na odi call yes de koma keno foreta no say ombra for interview bacho wona woti a wo hwe wonti ni yo request say ombra for interview okay and this abrena was ombra interview no won fa charge bia emmo no oba interview now ye interview no wie na ususu se ebia wo nyina so bia opese wo de kwadu na charge bi bono a na afi wo de be bono se wo be grant ni bail a wa grant ni bail na onim se wa bono kwadu won fa kwadu bia mo kenoforiata wo se ombra for interview at the time wo de sa letter no koma kenoforiata they were free Ghana as far back as 2nd of January. And until we letter no call and not only Ghana. And yes, be a letter no call ye and Abu Apayoga Jana free Ghana say, oh, Janice Beya, Omba na win your interview. A ho entina me say, Kisia Jabing a Gina Simpius so a nay, a cassa were declared can of say or a fugitive. Wa brekua onim say ansa na auto na nsa friend wono na watu kwan a oni Ghana na adekodie nti a odi tu kwan no so ne se okoso ne ho yare dia na ma adwen ye me se oni kanoforiata a ni ni yie kwan a ofa so declare ne se oye fugitive no ma adwen ye me se ahopepre so a adwen papa nta actually sa na meka no because adwen papa etaye chire a obi a watu kwan afri Ghana okwa yarehwe na owa bruchire wato wonsa frɛ ne sɛ ombra interview na wama ne lawyers atwero krata abra wo sɛ oni Ghana okwa yarehwe na the lawyers no kan sɛ wo pensem bi mpo a wo betumi emanimu yi ama wo sa information na mo de pebre wo si o person no ankasa ba mo si no problem and the mo reschedule date no because we broach over ne ho yare na date no take account of na yare hwe no do ba wa ba wani ma wa ye interview minua ensema wo kika ye ensema related to no office as the Minister of Finance wa bra no ye Minister of Finance sabri ni nyina besi abra odi ne dwumadie eba wie ya president pa oni pa foforo e wo Ghana e wo president akufo-addo abreso wan kasa wato won South Africa no foriata na waama enne ya aban sesa a wo hu se watu kwan a wo abutro we ne ho yare no sabri ene wani abre ko e bi o we ne ho yare no ne lawyers atro tesabre o se o abutro hwe ne ho yare na omo ate se enkrofo bi akoni fie tie ne ye o enkrofo bi a woye military for akoni fie akobu ni dan so opese wo hunu se o se fie ho ana se woni fie ho e na lawyers no e tro krata for confirmation from you say eye wo na usuma asankrofo no ana se enye wo na enye wo de ananka watimi akobo police fo amane won saka sakrata we omini ya wati kwa pai say we be responded to sa letter ne de e wo ba publicly Ewa be press conference to state emphatically say enkrofo na ekọ ho nya wo na osuma wo mo na woni mu o hye The pen is idea yet in our course. I feel what declare the pan so a fugitive because so pay on pill or yari or that. Yeah, I repass so cry, and do oxygen necessary so cry. On to two camera gun because who is here Jabu and say, obey the interview. My dear, say special prosecutor. The man and Bra was say, Udijuma, Ewa Ghana. And Brano Bini say, Obe prosecutor wana, where the Ghana dream, our public officials, and also politically exposed. And Brano Bini so be taking practical measures now are preventing corruption. And Brano Bini say, Obe recover, so be we are Ghana Sika. Kwanya, or Faswa, or did Dick can of Kuriata say, or your fugitive. My dear, say it is. It is in
so lawyer said who seen the pain actually minimum tier for my helpful nyina ye betimi akase ade a OSP aye no enne no sebe emfaso bia ni so
min kase emfaso bia ni so say stenka eye adwempa netaye chire enanka o to sa na mona se na midi kan kai wosi enyina afo so because ye na de kofa no ba say omra na omebo Ghana person ho ban e na Ghana fo a ne hunu say attorney general e wo ho a ya na ban so na ye den se ne colleague ministers obeye se wo kutu won enti ne kofa a wo special prosecutor so that aban no put so a na practices be because of susu say yes suspected corruption and I say corrupt practices are won what me to one among. Yadu besi in some boss in sisi kruha. Ghana for the donor a home step DC their campaigns are 1 2 San Francisco for Rata. Eti asama bibisa and senti can PP a call a bain and call winning 2024 elections and can PP government let's say ya and kakise da been bayania oyana. So bayania na oye dia adan na da kenoforiata oh and also free so oye minister no but na chrome high and shehaya and let day just in the new president ora for aye won juma ever the very allegations was ombra for interview no ora for compile aye won evidence what their come president Mahama I refer to attorney general afa na odi mirika be gina simpie so ubu afuti say obi a okoko apai say what be declare conferata say oye fiditi
so lawyer yedi enkomo no ebewie no ma me musa say ohwe enkomo na special prosecutor edi na o say one no edi enkomo I think on the 10th of January say ankopene no embra enti one ni 24th of January one ni di enkomo say ohia ono ankasa in person and was o man the lawyers actual letter the brain say okwa akosa no ho yade a onim da o de beba enti say ohwe a special prosecutor so ababe ye ya say openi no ejina so say because of sade na wa ye nti omma wo mbremu no de na besie
o say ono no waka say opa ono ankasa no wa ma obefa mra kwan so ama ye de naba na eno na me ka say empanyimfo mpo ka say yesaya na ye yare obi a oyare a o se wakwa yare hwe and the lawyers the krata e free the doctors wa ba abekire wo se okwa yare so ne ho yare wo se chenchene a wa mba o de mra kwan so bokwa akofa no aba me de ma adwen yam se yetikroma o yenhwe kwan a obefa so a emra kwan so no obekwa akofa no ordinary stretcher so na ode na ba Ghana to abe ni interview no abo no kwadu no prosecute no because asema ye kan the very allegations are ye de abo o ankasa wabo boswe dada na wuti krom ha no na ora for meye compilation enkoma president and refer emfankoma attorney general no oti krom ha na oti ha eye de enti enne ne wo hu se kenoforiata sansem na oboboso de si ana enunti na me ka say he is acting in bad faith because papa no free her on the 2nd of January per one kasano account Until on the 10th or so now, I say umbrella na only jurisdiction. And now, concern who you are said the home to on a bed, then the way Jaina Yarishana to two recover say or by interview because Usu Hiano. My point is that all this while, and I can for that from my own choir channel. That special prosecutor to Kromana or Eden. In their fair, the way who say, was say, or freaking for that or any interview. Many problems. Secretary the Bonin was interview now. I was a Ghana for you now, a special prosecutor. No Banamon. Name boom. I was a Onya Butrena Utu and among a Womra Quinso. They are all there. He's acting in bad faith. And yet, Sir Juma Dina edition is our Nya Butre and Dini said there was who didn't say no Becodia. And yet, the Bia Baba Betonium say or say the Wanquanoma or the net crab for ye or yet you bet to me. Now, say, I drew never so I know, said they.
All right.
Jumana the Ghana phone can say Onya Butrena on acting in good faith. The Ghana phone energy. They are all there. But the year say is acting in bad faith.
All right, lawyer, you better say any obren wada jam repem bibiania you better so abo aso ye bim. Nia yane no edi enkomo yi eye lawyer ohene amankwa Jan or a private legal practitioner or no enwada eye ohene amankwa an associate ano ono ane yane no edi enkomo e ofidiem ha. Mamenko Albert where you flew by a better enough text messages and in your honor sono yadibi aba na yakwenim minua in common na dapono sono
Mr. Nkum who's there ura ye friend Kencity Agyapong why say the modus operandi a odi ye na adwuma as special prosecutor na say oba be seek public sympathy oba na wa beke cancel from day one I di Kencity Agyapong ba a special prosecutor. As some as what kind of them cry no they beto abontin. Lawyer moi, what share lawyer for dear University of Ghana, LLB, you were adjudged as the best graduating student in Tiamra Otiase, Uko Makola, Uko Wini Award ho. There are some courts in a court, a kwashe was seminar. No ba a press conference. Na o cassette ya court and they say omo yes sadia and your word man unto me. I won't so Tim say John O'Connor says, Uchanka Guana won't see dine. Would there some court and Chester would dibim? Court on the Tenassin was bully, Wakacho say, special prosecutor, what's the matter about my son? Charles Bissy would do what some court. Court to Bogu, I said, go and continue and go and do your investigation. I know they are not an court in here, Papa. But only be quiet, court can say, Sir John, any amount of Sakoto, this year, release the account for them. What's the court anyhow? Obia unimumra. Na upese unu obi kasa. Na nipa ne lawyers abe catch us say enra Tuesday enko for abe ready fie ho. Entinu ye ba baby say unim hu bia na. Enna wo ya press conference esisa ade na ye ka no eye stage. Were you part of the people who staged the thing?
As on one can some
yes, who go over a tempo ni mas say on one was said akos sam ranti ana so so jantare say o mro no one fi no mo meransake o no sam fa meto abonten say ya obia be run fi
Albert wutie lawyer asem o kan na lawyer emeki emphatic business say o hwe nia oye na ase na nsen ya hu say oral team no e de om report akomo mampani and then o say so ono nso so no keka no ne hu say ono nso so e wo ho ya be ka say bia o siki political face ana say
from day one, Kencity Agyapong as special prosecutor always seeking public sympathy. Who's another lawyer can? Obey a press conference back. Oh, media my young quanoma. Go porno plano. May you make crab for remember so and I may call. As if say Obi MP dinner Jumana or Yeno, and that's Obi singing. Obi and see quiet. Cases with Blue Ghana. For any day. The genuine case. Special prosecutor by what is on one case Philippe mu akoya de bia say case ya odi akire National Cathedral as far back as 24th November.
So your investigation. So I feel maybe an investigation.
2024 November. And I shrine every almost the end of the month. November, December, January. Not over if I didn't want flow for that. That I know Ghana.
Sir, yeah, the bar as a so non so or
shame no. Only intelligence be a wait me check you for that and travel record. And let me tell you, seminum the person who time I know for that 2 kwanya bit me. Is he saying say he cannot check say time now or the letter no for that in Ghana? The person traveled 2nd January.
On say or say on numpo akasa.
Good.
Omo kasa on the 10th of January. And or catcher and said 24th of January. No, omo when name said Obeba Ghana.
Nipa no so the medical record that you said he's receiving treatment until March. Ebe nyina ye de say onabo for that better aeroplane ni as manu susumna so yakasa wa running kwa e wo kwan so because oba be hu special.
Say okasa no say letter na ne lawyers e de bae no e kire say or sa no yare na onim kwan kra obeba.
Almost 30 years say March lawyers na kasa. Special prosecutor cannot say onim. Lawyers in fact and no ready if you know. And lawyers ni actual ko bisa ne say onim hu bia na eno na necessity and press conference obey. Na osan gu papa na ma say o stage and no ready ne be ready on one fie. In fact, why not in his right senses on one kasa ni fie obe odenko for call no asane camera to say.
I would say sanya ma etimisi.
No etimisi a ma obinka it shouldn't come out of the mouth of the special prosecutor. Oh, esa na oma the speculation here wejuma. You shouldn't Ghana for enka. Oh,
na wa ma want ya be kan kire Ghana for be dem.
Special prosecutor or yama ne ho afono Ghana for. Eye office bi a ni die ese no. Ontina dem no onye intelligence work. No onja media space na all the time obesiki unnecessary attention no. Ade obeye ne nei. Upadik. Into a person say, on to mean declare Honorable Furata wanted with that press conference. Is that what he's saying? Or may declare wanted to come here in a press conference as you declare wanted. Why do you want to like Upesoma Diano? A man saying in Abe who said, one gasa, do by who? Or the saying special prosecutor. You're in the bar office. From 2021 in the buy. Cars are not all requested, say young Tomano. It was over 29 million Ghana cedis. And an orgy, including armored car. BMW, you know, say young Tomano, never year with Juma.
I don't know why I bonnet.
On your bonnet, but you see, office near the Amano. As I said, Onusu who say, nipa mo juma ano de babe. So we Ghanaians cannot be paying you and be giving you the request that you are requesting for. Press conference. Ade obey PR ama office na onka niemfa onipa me replace no me PR for the office. Una ye the main man a wo ye juma all the time press conference. That's what I'm saying say. On to me and declare Furata wanted without this press conference. Press conference you be can be at the end the woman a year when one was say flow be at neba. For the supposed to actually issue one way craft from just one way ebe tabontia. The way a generating attention generating a chain would they have any.
Samu.
He should be able to do the investigations somewhere and leave the media space. No just have public sympathy now. I am all the time over basic, you know. O person painting the panel black. Lawyer for will be as some crap say ukum no kran sana ye dinasem. What I say? You can do that. Minim anament means na hanka say. As some I can form rabo for ata hono. Eye no cre. And I say no cre. That is not what I'm saying. But of Honorable Furata can be guilty until it is proven by a court of competent jurisdiction. What I say?
Okay. Albert, my main messages kakra ewo Facebook na yentwa so enko yanim. On Facebook Net2 television way okay. Ono ne dia wade aba no or say the OSP guys behavior Now who caused look at this kissy guys behavior. Enti ono so ne de no na eye AMG Baron enso de ne de ede ababeto a ose ajamusu yaw de nyameche we na chese ono so ede a oka na se ajamusu na oka ne ye hwan se yewura kisi ajaben no ofe na ajamusu se enso se hwan I can't tell afi se ohwa Yenua Michael Asare enso de ne de aba ose this OSP pa Ken said oh Nana add-ons you see and also so asemo or de aba afi Baron na biem so de aba say you guys go explain tire enti and also so asemo or de aba ma menko sabate ho na afi messages kakre free YouTube aba so no ono so emfa mayen ho na afi yanku anim obapa net say
nyame adom me ho
bibia bokode
nyame adom bibia
nyame ase so the special prosecutor on frel
da bi me nka ho
and ya na you and ya you aduma me yanku anim
okay YouTube messages kakra yenya wa hani Morgan White Ken we are strongly behind you no Ken no vote Ken no size Ken Ghana's redeemer Michael Atta Honorable Ken will surely come. Sabina Akon say sinu pain dia enie na no Ken no vote more fire Mr. Albert Rutherford Nyakon Ken is a prophet he sees what these NPP guys don't see. Kobe no Ken no vote Rutherford Nyakon, PhD, we are coming. Alex Benfo, I really love Mr. Nkum and Mr. Asumani Pa. They are doing a great job for Kencity Media. Kwame Vista, Ken will surely come. Benjamin Dare, good afternoon. Thank you. The guy on your show is the only guy telling the truth. We are not in this country. In 2017, during the transition, these issues were raised. So what is wrong now? Ekia Amankwa, the best host in Net2. Gideon Kweku Ekon, Sinupen all the way. Wiseman Buedu, very great show by all standard. Tani Joe, NPP NPs and CEOs who stand against Honorable Ken are now back to Net2 and Oman FM. They should be ashamed. No Ken, no vote. Tani Joe from Birmingham. Jamal Adam, the best great man in Net2 TV show. You are the best. You protect Honorable Ken very much in Net2 TV. Nana Omane Yaboa. Ghanaians must respect the law of the country. Nana Fosuhine, still no Ken, no votes. BL Studios, good work, Net2 TV. Edward Kwame, please stop using Sebi too many in your presentation. Massa, in Ken we trust. Rab, please, we need more research and investigative works on Sinupen. Kobe, no Ken, no votes. Yeah. Okay. Nana Asare, Ghana, we need Ken to employ workers in Ghana if you want to leave. Rutherford, Nyakon, you people are doing a wonderful job. Keep on. Benjamin Dare, was the OSP not the one singing Akwanoma song? Emmanuel Nyakon, please, the one who reads the comments should pay attention. Some of them, before she reads it out, some are not good for public hearing and if possible should be ignored. My humble opinion. Where they are coming here. Inti messages kakra about YouTube no.
Okay.
Inti pacho number na ya sini pay mo WhatsApp na omo form de so mfa.
Me pacho mate yabeba ho so na in the meantime ma yen kona fe yemfa phone segment no so emfamra anti also so betimi afre 0240 550899 na fe also so ode aba na ofra me bo manane no sinipen waje so ye kan se de tie na fe wa bo din ni ba bi akasa free na achase e de onsem enso so e de eba na ye ni so e ho Albert before say be ko ahoma no so no ma membra ho na ye hwe ye beba yewura Musa Dankwa issue no so ne de no aba be sore na Kisi Agyapong na wa no guso a o kasa e na me ba mu
lawyer Kisi Agyapong Oyama. You see, one share a bedroom rebino. Obia who TV sumpo on channel.
Obia Fino.
I'm telling you. Because
I bet Mamin Comra.
Kasa.
Mamin Comra. Sinupain.
Hello.
Sinupain. Sinupain. I bet just you can't say me. Sinupain. Sinupain. Opening within baby akasa free. Okay. Mensa anka no enti ma ye abet to aso me.
Na America no. Enye kasa bebre. What you say? Entra begin make say. We eye adwuma o ye e de court. Wo special prosecutor onye judge o. Enye na obu asem no. Your work is to investigate and prosecute. And in the process of your investigation, you know, na se o desane ma we bem na se ubu eni pano for kra ansa wa kokota na o pese eni pano Ghana for anase public no who say eni paboni ni kra in the first place.
Abet meba numbers no biem 0240 550899 ubetimi afre sisi anafe ya toaso akọ yenim ho oba ye kan sinipen no age so ye kan no se de tie ansa na afi wabodi na won so watoaso aka wasem ho na yakọ yenim ma me hwese nya ofrefo awman so a opani what men kan sinopen okay maintain kan ma mensan emrebium na yanko yanim abet twaso
enti on share the way odi ni juma na oma nani enko investigation o ho no onko fom Ghana ha eniema bebre wo ho a enko under the radar yenhu na oma eno nya na juma what you say na ye di ko na me won me call special prosecutor ne website na me hwe eniema ne mandate and near my sister or no in fact electoral issues and when you even make false declaration is an emanina as I said by this time about 2 declaration yes and for as a banana picking those cases to even on edge the reason why yen collation you young of walker a declaration. But here's the case, who your investigation be no about bonting, Shadia or the Bayer Labianca. What I say? The same thing against the Siliadapa, Sir John ne estate, the same thing. Oh, so he should be able to do things, we a lawyer ni mapa, we watch school for lawyers be broke lawyer Kisi Agyapong a trauma there. And you know, as I said, unim diano a guide you wajumana oyeno. Now we say you cannot prejudge a case before you take it to court. Oh, Oma Adiana looking like say a former finance minister. He's even guilty before taking to court. And the Sanyama Bejina public now o sign cry asa accusing the pan say. Sa go for na call ni fie mpa omo course ransack ni fie ni mpo or ebia onu mpo na church ana wa stage sa na na say ni lawyers na yes sa na ma no de ba bebisa wo. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Oh sa oba gina TV so a na wa ye nanim mobomobo bi na okasem no
as oni kama phobia.
You see, we don't need your side of the story. That is what we want to tell special prosecutor. We don't need your side of the story. Gather your case, take your evidence to court, and let the court judge. We don't need it. It is only the court that can pronounce judgment. When the court says it, it's final. We don't need it. So don't come and tell us anything. If you think you will not listen to them and you want to do whatever within the remits of the law, do it. Do it. And Kebetia say, oh, you declare honorable Foriata, special prosecutor, Kofanaba, you didn't ask them. Nagana for any other.
Mamen Combra, you're not fair for our money. So, PEIN. Obeje so ye kano senia etie PEIN.
Ye kano senia etie.
Openi within baby akasa frina fawasemra.
Ye frame boy me ka sefra brekuma. Amisia no wetie for ne ejumapa mo ye bo mangana. Minua ne betumi aka kakra de hwe MPP for ya coalition ye lusu. Ba ne ye 2028 ye nya ya dwen ye pepa wa ba. Kasa ne dos dodo hwe honorable. Isi honorable kan o MPP ni. Ba omia MPP ni. Maybe problem ne say it is a see na wo say no can no vote no. Obi so support to ba omia zika say no ba omia no vote 2028 ye better na 2029 ye kodim kunim.
Openi we de wadaroma ahano meba ahano PEIN ye kan said ye tie obi si no can no vote so ba ne a wo so pe no kan wo de na yenko
ena mete mitumi PEIN ka MPP tita for say ye mpempa pamu ye penka bom obi obaba bia ye MPP ni aso eno ne ye hwehwe.
All right enti eno no oba obi a open e kwan da ho so utimi kan wo de ba men ka so obi dia o kan de onjai da bi kan wo de na obi aso nka ne de na yanko yanim PEIN openi wudi ni baby akasa free na fa wasemra
so ya Mohammed ka kasa Siga kama na nisao ni akosi beke enyame wanwa opipa no okase ye pe kabom no are mpapa mu fi o MPP mu ana fomo mo ye mpapa mu ni mpapa mu ba no mo ho when you are radio station with TV station because of Ken who tanki Mami bi mini shawo radio universe or Ken dependent bofu Ken dependent bofu ye de Ken ye pe so ba nya wo pe no wofu monidi kan di ye pe ne ye pe ne china Dressing of Canada Agyapong, Papa now Okna Keswen TV Okano, that time no or Jinwuji. I don't know if I did it, that time no Papa no or Kromaha. And one for Sika air, she was so kind, and I can't almost can in Siana. No one young to was so kind. Ukomokola, Ukom magazine, Namaya Passa, Dollar no Cotton, Nakan, I can't sell Dollar no Cotrana. Come about me, I can't sell. Obama Tora no apart from no onu out the Kencity TV watching your watching no only Kruma can the country and this for say Omuka no Munka can dear Yamania Shiranita maybe she had 1-on-1 and come just say papa but we bet it in a Ghana for your ungrateful now why am I empty for now Kaka on bedinti and with the pass of officer lawyers and be said Zungu Okoye no anka den si wo Zungu MPP kana okase sini PEIN no anka mo sini PEIN na mo akanfo no kan ho se party ni omo dia akanfo no ho se party na omo dia nya papa mo mi no obempewa no pewo obempewa no pewo since busia time ye ko NS compliance order owo ni ban ne achina wanya penti party ne se wanu mu dia omo yambu sanfo ya mo so e di party ne ti gwa no omo fi yen asa ba safo mini ya hausani obi an fi yen abu zongo mu amu be ye bibi pa biaka.
Okay openi yeda se also wetimi Edward Dwenkyere ede aba Oman FM Nash Ash FM Nap Radio ebeko off enchebia omo ebe free so na TV ne de ye wo final 8 minutes yɛde wrap it up na afei yɛde dwumadie no nyinaa etimi aba awieye Albert mame nsan emra so na afei yɛnkɔ owura Musa and research ɛne nsɛm a epie free mu a ɛbaaye no yɛmfa no and wrap it up
said dia na yɛdi kankan ɛwɔ yɛwura Musa dan kwansa mo kan no mu sɛ dem di kankan sɛ we nyinaa yɛ nsɛm a sɛ MPP 40 anase obi te na ɛyɛ no nwanwa me say this any panel so ho be me nwanwa because ye koto aba no na it was clear
abet say ya na me yo mame nkomra opani wote menka opani wote menka opani wote menka
Pacha me chonka
sinupei
ye kan to send ye tine pepepe
opani wodi ni ba bia kasa free na fa nkomobra
the friend Isaac Mikasa Fikaswa. Masa, well, special prosecutor. Near soldiers in the choir and only Muhubi. Now, many a can lawyers in a year. Committee can you know our court. Masa, the word fugitive. But the air called an additional nothing. A criminal a yipan or the atonosono. Nipano o coefficient. Where Funo or Niho were too quiet on the second. What the other call on the third. With medical Nipan wanted. No, you're fugitive. Masa, that word no use or can sono. The lawyers no taking up. A very bad word no use or sono. No more muko fear or so much as security work yen in no, I really am more call. Put me in the home frame. No, declare president or what we say here. Umbrella, no say. Only charge be at the case, or the court. I know the call him. Only near all year, now on my one, no matter. On my fee, bedroom may be well. Yabako Yadada no be wo. Because I know man getting kitchen now. In a D81 cool by you. Near Kukosi. In a D Sadano, a buyer. A buyer can we a prosecutor. We a minister of foreign affairs, we a deal, or be a big granny, a jan and normal. Mummy ye. Sa no man getting kitty, and no a coffer buyer, me many a fee, minimum maker, Madame Wasi.
Yan so yada say what the dear Abba Albert Sum na yanko.
Instead of Americans, they were glaring. Say, MPP. Time I kwako to aban. Na parts na nkasano. Ehwa kono no. Na kofom. Encrofo say na okacho say encrofo bebre o ha no so omu ni interest. They've even lost interest in democracy. Obi Abeka said, I've lost interest in democracy in December 2024. No, I'm telling you, no MPP ni. Obi Abeka said, I lost interest in going to vote. No MPP ni. Because NDC for they don't pay power naje. In terms of what take to aba. MPP for na napa ai abato no ponyo makono.
Mame nkomra we ye ofrefo a otwato. Opani wote menka.
Mete wonka pa.
Sinupei.
Hello.
Sinupei.
Can send it here.
Opani within baby akasa free na fa nkomo bra.
Medin the kwame. Redeemer.
Meet you.
Ega, nyampesa me kan say, you see our MPP. You see our nyampesa me kan say MPP. Also ba, you lose. Esremo. Mo ya fa abutre. Akumapa. Asisi ye ke amayen tuaba. Obi so ka say ba nya amayen tuaba. Esremo. Inyano. Party na ya kuma so. Then say party ni nyashi wo me. Ba me do party. Party say me from 92 matua ba ma MPP sa. And no mo ya me ninyo. Mention Tele Kamba, Bamiamba, Tenamba, Bamiamba. The bedding ya for you 2020, the financing 2028. Yes, Remo. The Russia. Why?
Okay. Yada say also what they about Albert in 1 minute. Ma yan sorry yanko.
Nti make us nsem a yewura Musa Dankwa kan ni nyina no. Make us na research no apike enema eye nokre ane ye nyina ye nim. Because obi ka say eno na reflecting MPP's results. Adena NDC for they were able to appreciate their figure from 2020 election. Na MPP for the NSOT. And then I say, Obia, sa research no ka say, enkrofo bi say omo lose interest in democracy in MPP for nkwa. MPP ni no MP abonten konkoto aba majo mahama. Rather, obetina fia onkoto aba. And that is what we saw. Going forward, no. MPP for ejai omo doubt na no omo doubt yewura Musa Dankwa prior to 2024 election. Now, this time around, me sure say it will do all of us good, because the prediction I know the buy and they thought say emfa. But what's a reflection in the 2024? Ama Donumpo predicts Mama around 51%. No, Uchiemu Kokunya about 54%. This should tell you say, and that the Ghanaian voter is very sophisticated. And ya bentwa any 20 Ghana and 200 cedis campaign bi.
Meda say onso so de oboa ma dwumadi e so sini pen dwumadi aha ana brenti ye di besie utie yen ewo oman 107.1 FM so ana afei Ash Radio enso so utie yen ewo 101.1 FM afei Nap Radio enso so osan etie yen ewo 90.1 FM ye da se oko YouTube ehwe yen ewo ho Facebook enso so kan ye ho ewo ho afei WhatsApp any text message ni nyina no enso so mobile ema bibia so aha ena yedi ebesie nyankopon ya adoma echena yebesan so aba na afei yedi dwumadie no asan abre wa ha ye frame Anthony Kofi Nkum Daddy 20 awa na frame Mr Nkum Makraw echena yebesan aba